Well, hello there. Free-ish since 1865. Whenever you see those three letters, ISH, behind a word and or phrase, what it basically means is like, near or about, or approximately. Another way to put it, or to put it plainly, not quite there yet. Free-ish since 1865. In this video, I'm going to share with you why I strongly believe that African Americans are free-ish since 1865. You see, on this day, 155 years ago, there was an Emancipation Proclamation that was signed, and what it did was it recognized America's original sin of slavery. It became affectionately known as Independence Day or Freedom Day for African Americans. And it's an American holiday that was supposed to abolish slavery. But my question to you today is, did it actually do what it was intended to do? Free-ish since 1865. Again, remember, anytime you see those three letters, ISH, it means not quite there yet. You know, there's a comedian and actor by the name of Anthony Anderson who has a series called Blackish. And it's a comedy series. And what they basically do is they showcase or highlight different family dynamics and structures and, show you some of the cultural differences. And, it's a decent sitcom, but it's Blackish. Okay. If something is gator-ish, it means it's not quite a gator. I mean, it might be a lizard, a gecko, maybe even a snake. But it's not a gator. It's gator-ish. And African Americans in the United States of America have been free-ish since 1865. Why do you say that, Anthony? Well, I say that because in the year 2020, we're still dealing with Black racism, police violence, social injustice, inequality, genocide, civil unrest. Free-ish since 1865. And to drive my point home with you today, I'm going to share with you two occurrences or two things that would happen fairly regularly since 1865, which have led me to say that we are free-ish since 1865. Back in the day, or even now, you can acquire different licenses, hunting licenses. And these hunting licenses, what it basically does is it gives you the ability to hunt, to, acquire whatever animal that is for that particular license legally. Well, back in 1922, individuals could acquire something called a nigger hunting license. Yes, you heard me correctly. What this license did, family, is it provided the holder the legal right to hunt and kill African Americans. Anthony, you're lying. There's no such thing. It never even existed. Huh? Let me show you. Let me show you what it looked like back in 1922. Not even 100 years ago. All right? Not even 100 years ago. 98 years ago. And as you see, this particular license, what it did, it gave the holder the legal right to hunt and kill African Americans. All right. It gave the permission to hunt day or night with or without dogs, pretty much like they would do any sort of animal, right? Free-ish since 1865. Well, Anthony, again, you're saying, Anthony, that's a long time ago, 98 years ago. That wasn't that, that's a long, long time ago. It's almost a century ago. Okay. Well, let me share something else with you. Any of you ever heard of something called gator bait? Some of you have, and some of you have not. For those of you that have not, Okay, gator bait. What would happen is slave owners, all right, what they would do, they would throw black babies and infants alive into the swamps. This happened a lot of times in Florida, Louisiana, the southern states primarily. And they used the black babies to chum the water for alligators. All right. Now, this is a picture of a postcard of that event or that situation I'm referencing right now, gator bait. And as recent or as far back as 1922, 1922, I don't know what it was about 1922, good Lord. But in 1922, a Minnesota newspaper article about the county fair, what it said was, and I quote, there will be a big colored alligator pursuing a fleeing pickaninny. 1922. Gator bait. Well, Anthony, again, that's 98 years ago. Oh, okay. What about as recent as 1960? Yes, 9 years before I was born. 1960, a pencil pusher depicted a black baby in the mouth of an alligator. Now, I'm not going to show you that picture because I'm just not. But again, this was 1960. 1960, gator bait. Now, I just want to take a brief moment and salute my alma mater, the University of Florida, on taking gargantuan steps in dealing with the issues, the ailments, the centuries of oppression that this country's been dealing with. They've annihilated the gator bait song and theme because of the history behind it and the hidden meanings behind that phrase or that phraseology. They've also implemented action steps that they are taking and will continue to take for years to come. Hats off to you, Mr. President Ken Fox. Outstanding job. I'm so proud to be a Florida Gator. Go Gators. And y'all might even get my check this year. But seriously, family, we are African Americans. We are free-ish since 1865. And that's a harsh reality. But we need to be reminded of that, especially on today, Juneteenth. But we have to still love. All right, let's love. Let's forgive. And let's get better. Let's get better. Let's get better. All right, because we are all a part of one great race, and that's the human race. We are truly more alike than we are different. Are there differences in races, cultures, religions, denominations? Of course, but we're more alike than we are different. And the bottom line is that we're better together, and together we win. Together we win. So, in the midst of all this chaos and calamity and unrest that's going on, just stay vigilant, stay open minded to positive change, and have a singleness of purpose. And know that this too shall pass. And as you commemorate Juneteenth, just know that we're better together. All right. I'm Anthony Henderson, speaker extraordinaire, reminding you that life is God's gift to you, and what you do with that life is your gift to God. Free-ish since 1865. Thanks for watching, and be blessed. Bye-bye.